Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. I'm Chandrika and this is RIKA Life. Okay, so today I'm very excited to share with you some finished objects and one whip. I have been talking about granny squares, and the granny squares that I'm going to show you are granny squares made with bulky yarn. This was not really something that I had thought about before, but I needed to make a baby boy blanket and I had 4 balls of chunky yarn, bulky yarn. And I just thought, let me just see if I can make 4 squares and I'll put them together. And that one idea has led to me now making already 3 blankets, and I have yarn chosen for a 4th blanket. So I'm just on a roll. I know I'm supposed to be making things for my holiday market, and I only have, by the time this video comes out, I'll have literally like maybe 3 weeks left to do that. But I'm not stressing out too much about the holiday market. I am going to be making a couple of different things. I might make like 4 or 5 mandalas, and then I will take some items that I already have. So it will be a variety of things. There'll be some scarves, there'll be some mandala pillows, there'll be some shawls, there will be some mandalas. So I'm excited. I just want to do it in a low stress way and just make this whole process enjoyable, even though, time is not on my side. Anyways, without further ado, I'm going to share with you one blanket I have already shared, but since I'm doing granny squares today, I'll share it with you again. So this first blanket is the baby boy blanket, and that's what it looks like. This is 4 squares deep. So let me just open that up. Because it's bulky yarn, the blanket is quite large, and that worked to my advantage because I had less ends to weave in at the end. So this blanket is Premier Bloom Chunky yarn, and this is what it looks like if it was knitted. This yarn is 109 yards or 100 meters. It's a 3.5 ounce, 100 gram ball, 100% acrylic. It's a bulky weight 5, and it recommends an L or 8 millimeter hook. So for this, I did use an 8 millimeter L hook. So that is this yarn. The yarn that is, I'm sorry, you can't see it. The yarn that is bordering it, this gray yarn, is a different yarn. It is Bernat Softy Chunky. And I got this on clearance at Joann. This is the color Gray Heather, and it is where are we? It is 108 yards or 99 meters, a 3.5 ounce, 100 gram ball, 100% acrylic. Sorry, this was also 100% acrylic, and it recommends an L or 8 millimeter hook, though it's classified as a super bulky number 6. So that's what I've been using for the border. So that is that one blanket. That one is done. I've woven in the end, so it's like completely done. It's done. Okay, the next blanket is one that I literally just finished today, and I'm going to share that with you also. Like I said, I'm just on this blanket kick, and I'm just on this granny square blanket kick. So this yarn, let me just show it to you. This one I haven't woven in the ends because I just literally finished minutes before starting this video. So this is the blanket, and this is yellow, and the gray border is the same gray I just showed you just now, the Bernat Softy Chunky. So this is the same idea, except this one I made 9 squares and then I joined them together. So this is a really nice soft buttery yellow, and I have 2 balls left. This is Yarn Bee Baby Bee in Sweet Delight Chunky, and the color is Sun Kisses. It's really, really beautiful. So I'm going to show you. So this is 80% acrylic and 20% polyamide. It is a 3.5 ounce or 100 gram ball, 109 yards and 100 meters. This recommends a K or 6.5 millimeter hook. So for this one, I did use a K hook because this yarn felt a little bit thinner to me. Let me just see. Does it show? Yeah, it's a number 5 bulky. So this was a little bit thinner than the border yarn, but I think it still worked out okay. I'm going to show that to you up close so you can see that. So yeah, it's just really soft yellow. And then there's the border. I just did 2 rounds of granny squares, granny stitch, whatever it's called. Okay. So that is another blanket. This one is really big. Like, it's bigger than me. But it's so soft and it's so warm, and it's going to a baby in a cold climate. I was making it and I didn't have anyone in mind, but then I completely forgot that we had family member who was having a baby, and they just had their baby, and I'll be able to go and, you know, not deliver it to them personally, but I'll be able to at least give it to their parents, and then they can receive it soon. Okay, so those are the 2 that are done. And then today I had time, so I was actually in a webinar today, so I was sitting here at my desk. So of course I'm gonna keep my hands busy. So I was working on a couple of things, and I'm gonna show you, I had shown you yarn from my Michaels haul, the Karen Chunky Cakes that I bought, these ones. And this is the color Turquoise Swirl. It's really, really pretty, and the colors are very vibrant. So this yarn is a number 6. Yeah, a super bulky number 6. And it recommends an L or 8mm hook. It is 297 yards or 271 meters. It's a 9.8 ounce, 280 gram ball. Machine washable and dryable. Okay, so because I was in a webinar, I literally just, I was on Zoom call and I just started making squares. I didn't know how many squares I would make, but I just tried to see what would be a good size. So let me show those to you. I have already made 5 squares. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep, I made 5 squares. So this is what the squares look like. They're really beautiful. Like, this color is just stunning. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. This one just happened. This was the first one I made, and it just so happened that the center was one color and then it changed. And then I had to tell my OCD, it's okay that this one didn't do the same thing, but it's really pretty. These are just granny squares, and I used that L hook. I have gone around 6 times or 6 rows in this, just for reference. This was 6 rows. The yellow blanket that I just showed you had 7 rounds going around. So I've already made 5, and I used a little bit of the second cake. So I'm guessing I can make 4 more from the second cake, so I'll have 9 squares, which is amazing. Well, yeah, I think I should be able to make 4 more. So then I'll have 9 squares, and then I'll have another blanket like this yellow one. Again, for the border, I haven't really thought of a color yet, but I'm thinking I could just do the gray border again. I also have a darker color of this. This one is called Gray Heather. I think that one is charcoal. That might look nicer because it's darker and these colors are more like deep and rich. So I might use that gray color. Let me know what you think. Should I use the light gray? Should I use the deep steel charcoal gray? So that is what I'm making. I'm just so like excited. And the thing is, I'm not a granny square person, okay? Like when I first started crocheting, I did make a granny square blanket for my future daughter before she was even born. It has ends sticking out everywhere. I still have it. I'll show it to you one day. But yeah, I've never been like a real granny square person to be excited about making granny square blankets. But since I came across the idea of using bulky yarns for granny squares, it just works so well. Like these baby blankets are getting whipped up in a matter of like 2 days, and it doesn't hurt my hands. I'm getting used to using the larger hook size, and it's just been like wonderful. Like this yarn is so soft. This Karen Chunky Cake, I don't know if you can tell, like it's so soft, and it just like stood out to me. I was like, I need to get this. Like that's how it is for me with the colors. Sometimes I'll see the colors and they're just so vibrant, and I'm like, I need this now. So Aside from this, I have started already using some of the other yarn that I've been buying from these 3 purchases that I've made. So I will share those with you at a later date. But for now, I'll be finishing this blanket, and then I am planning to make a mandala for my holiday market with sparkly red and white yarn, and then a green yarn. So there's red, white, green. I need to start that, but that's just something that requires more focus. So I need kind of quiet time where I can focus and do that. So these have been like amazing because I can just sit down and whip them out. Anyways, I'm enjoying my granny square blankets. That's an idea for you if you'd like to make granny square blankets. If you have some chunky, bulky yarn lying around, mill ends yarn lying around, feel free. Try it out. Let me know how it turns out. I'd love to hear from you in the comments. Thank you so much for watching today. I hope you enjoyed today's video. Please like, share, and subscribe, and definitely leave me a comment. I hope you have a wonderful crochetful day, and I'll see you again soon.